Former Pope Benedict XVI has died at the age of 95. Now, this is almost a decade after he stood down because of ailing health. Pope Benedict spent his final years at the Mater Ecclesiae monastery within the walls of the Vatican. According to a Vatican statement, the pontiff passed away at 9:34 a.m. on Saturday. A bell was heard ringing in St. Peter's Square to announce the news. We have details in this report.
After succeeding John Paul II as Pope in 2005, Pope Benedict shocked the world in 2013 when he became the first Pope to resign in almost 600 years. He spent the last 9 years living quietly in the Vatican, and earlier this week, Catholics in Rome and around the world have been praying for the Pope Emeritus after Pope Francis said his health had deteriorated. Earlier this morning, Vatican spokesman Matteo Bruni put out a statement about the news of Pope Benedict's death.
I am here with sad news this morning, which is the sad news we anticipated with the Holy See Press Office bulletin this morning. That with sorrow, we inform you that the Pope Emeritus Benedict XVI passed away today, this morning, at 9:34 in the Mater Ecclesiae monastery in the Vatican.
He was a powerful force in the Catholic Church for decades. Born Joseph Ratzinger in Germany in 1927, he was the son of a policeman. He was ordained as a priest in 1951, made a cardinal in 1977, and later served as chief theological advisor to Pope John Paul II. He headed the powerful doctrinal office in the Vatican for nearly 25 years prior to his papacy. Joseph Ratzinger became known as Cardinal No, stemming from his effort to crack down on the liberation theology movement, religious pluralism, challenges to traditional teachings on issues such as homosexuality, and calls to ordain women as priests. At 78 years, Cardinal Joseph Ratzinger was one of the oldest popes to be elected. He became Pope Benedict XVI in 2005, following John Paul II's death, and remained leader of the Catholic Church for less than 8 years. In 2013, he stood down, admitting he was too old to continue, and went to live at Mater Ecclesiae monastery. The resignation surprised government, Vatican watchers, and even the former pontiff's closest aides. His aides were unaware of what he was planning to do and were left with questions. Pope Benedict's biographer Peter Seward says this will be the first time in the 2,000-year history of the Church that a sitting pope will have to bury his predecessor. According to the Vatican, on Monday morning, the 2nd of January 2023, the body of the Pope Emeritus will be in St. Peter's Basilica, so the faithful can bid him farewell.
Director of Social Communications, Lagos Archdiocese, Reverend Father Anthony Gudono, joined us on the news earlier today. Now, he spoke on the passing of Pope Emeritus Benedict XVI.
A man of faith and a man of reason. As the universal head of the church, he brought what we call the marriage between faith and reasoning together. And in bringing about this interchange between faith and reason, he gave to humanity the possibility of knowing God in all spheres of life, whether you belong to the Catholic Church or not. There are a lot of lessons that we can take from Pope Benedict XVI, of the blessed memory now. Definitely, as I've said, he was a man of faith. And he was very courageous. Remember that in years, in centuries, we have not had any pope resigning from that position. He was the one that had the courage about 9 years ago to say, come, I am getting tired and I need to rest from these burdens of piloting the ship of the universal church. And he did it gallantly by relinquishing that power to his successor, Pope Francis.